Frank arrived at 11 the next morning. He drove a practical sedan, dark blue, inconspicuous. Everything about Frank was like that: careful, measured, observant. 28 years with LAPD had shaped him that way. Maggie met him at the door. He hugged her briefly. "All business. He still sleeping?" Frank asked. "Yes. I gave him a sleeping pill last night. He needed real rest." They moved to the kitchen. Maggie had coffee ready. "Tell me everything," he said, pulling out a notebook. She did. The debt, the documents, Jessica's disappearance, the threats. Frank listened without interrupting, his face neutral. But his fingers drummed once on the table, a tell from childhood. He was angry. "You have the papers?" Maggie retrieved the envelope. Frank spread the documents across the table. Reading glasses perched on his nose. His eyes moved methodically across each page. "Forgery," he said after 10 minutes. "See here? The handwriting changes mid-form. Amateur work. Whoever did this didn't expect anyone to look closely. Can we prove it? Maybe. But proof doesn't solve the debt problem. These loans are real. Someone owes the money. Daniel can't pay it." "No," Frank agreed. "He can't." They sat in silence. The coffee cooled. "Jessica Miller," Frank said slowly. "You said she's from San Francisco?" "That's what Daniel told me." "Let me make some calls." Frank stepped outside to the porch. Through the window, Maggie watched him pace as he spoke on his phone. One call, then another. His expression darkened with each conversation. 20 minutes later, he returned. "We need to talk to Daniel," he said. "Now." Maggie climbed the stairs and knocked softly. "Daniel? Uncle Frank is here." Silence. Then movement. The door opened. Daniel looked worse in daylight. "Uncle Frank?" "Downstairs. He's helping us." Frank stood when Daniel entered. He gripped his nephew's shoulder. "Sit down." Daniel obeyed. Maggie poured him coffee. "I made some calls," Frank began. "About Jessica Miller. What I found isn't good." Daniel's jaw clenched. "What did you find?" "She's been married before. 3 times. Once in Sacramento. Once in Portland. Once in Phoenix." The words hung heavy. Maggie watched her son's face drain of color. "Each marriage lasted less than 2 years," Frank continued. "Each husband ended up in serious financial trouble. Bank accounts emptied. Businesses failed." "No," Daniel whispered. "That's not. She wouldn't." After each divorce, Jessica disappeared. Changed cities. Changed her name slightly. Miller. Miller Thompson. Thompson Miller. Daniel shook his head. Denial fighting reality. Frank pulled out his phone. Showed Daniel a screen. "This is Marcus Chen. Portland. Married Jessica in 2019. Lost his tech startup and $200,000. He swiped. Another photo. Robert Stanton. Phoenix. Married her in 2021. She forged his signature on business loans. He's still paying them off." "Stop," Daniel said. "Please stop." But Frank didn't stop. "She targets successful men, engineers, entrepreneurs, men with good credit and big dreams. She becomes whatever they need. Supportive. Perfect. She loved me." Daniel's voice broke. "She told Marcus Chen she loved him too. And Robert Stanton." Daniel stood abruptly. The chair scraped. "You're wrong. She didn't. This isn't." "Sit down, Daniel." The command in Frank's voice was absolute. Daniel sat. "Listen to me," Frank said. "This woman is a professional. She finds marks, builds trust, gains access to finances. Then she manufactures a crisis. She bleeds them dry. Then she vanishes." Maggie reached across the table. Took Daniel's hand. It was ice cold. "Son," she said softly. "Did Jessica ever encourage you to take out loans?" Daniel's silence was answer enough. "Did she have access to your business accounts?" Another silence. "Did she fill out loan applications for you? Tell you where to sign?" "I was busy," Daniel said hollowly. "Building the company." She said she was helping. "I trusted her." "I know," Maggie said. "I'm such an idiot." Daniel pulled his hand away. Pressed his palms against his eyes. "You tried to warn me. 5 years ago. I called you controlling. I cut you out for a con artist." His voice cracked completely. The sobs came hard. Maggie moved to his side. Put her arms around her son as he broke. Frank looked away. Gave them privacy. After several minutes, Daniel's breathing steadied. He pulled away, embarrassed. "Sorry," he mumbled. "Don't be," Maggie said. Frank returned to the table. His voice was gentler now. Daniel, I need you to tell me everything. When you met her, how she approached you, every detail. Daniel nodded, wiped his face. For the next hour, he talked. Frank took notes. Maggie made more coffee. The story emerged piece by piece. They'd met at a tech conference in Los Angeles. Jessica had been in the audience. She'd approached him, asked intelligent questions. They'd gone to dinner. The courtship was intense. She'd moved to San Diego within a month. Married 6 months later. She pushed for a quick wedding, Daniel said. Said she wanted to start our life together. The business had been real. The product genuine. But the financing had been orchestrated by Jessica. She'd found the investors. She'd arranged the loans. She'd managed the accounts and drained them slowly. She was always so confident, Daniel said. Even when things started falling apart. One more investment, one more loan, and we'd turn it around. And when did she leave? 2 months ago. The day after I told her the loan company was sending collection agents. She said she was going to stay with a friend. I haven't heard from her since. Frank tapped his pen. She's gone. Changed cities again. Can we find her? Maggie asked. Can we prove what she did? Maybe, but it'll take time. And getting the money back is nearly impossible. Daniel dropped his head into his hands. So I'm still in debt. Still being hunted. And she gets away with it. Not necessarily, Frank said slowly. Both looked at him. I still have contacts. In fraud division, financial crimes. If we can prove she's done this before, establish a pattern, we might get Daniel classified as a victim. That won't erase the debt, but it gives him legal protection. Bankruptcy options. And Jessica? Daniel asked. If we locate her and prove fraud across state lines, that's federal. She could face real prison time. Hope flickered in Daniel's eyes. Then died. She's too smart. She knows how to disappear. 4 times, Frank corrected. That we know of. But people get cocky. They make mistakes. And this time, she didn't know her Mark's mother was going to fight back. He looked at Maggie. She met his gaze and nodded. We find her, Maggie said. We prove what she did. And we protect Daniel. It won't be easy, Frank warned. I don't care, Maggie said. She destroyed my son. We find her. Daniel looked between them. His mother and uncle, planning like generals. Something shifted in his expression. The hopelessness receded slightly. Why are you helping me? He asked quietly. After what I said, after 5 years. Why? Maggie reached out, touched his cheek. Because you're my son, she said simply. That doesn't stop.